Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It's new comic book day for the week of August 24th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Campfire Ashes. It's a new podcast telling original ghost stories around a campfire and then dealing with the lore that inspired those stories. Check them out on this channel every Friday. And if you'd like to get those a week early, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or wherever you find your podcasts. Also, happy birthday, Tim!
Ah, you dirty dog.
He doesn't want me to say it, but everybody wish Tim a happy birthday. It's his birthday today, technically. When you're reading this, it's already yesterday, but still, check it out.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Team Ashen, the comic book store, Capes and Scowls, and Paul and Tim Do It thing. We're busy, Paul. We're very busy people.
We're very busy.
But let's talk about trades right now. These are kind of cool. I got a bunch of these little guys. These are tiny little DC stories. You've got DC Super Pets, The Amazing Adventures, Battle of the Bots, The Marvelous Boxing Bunny, The Blue Tiger Burglars, The Canine Crisis. We got Batman and Scooby-Doo, Cruise of Doom, Trapped in Clown Castle, Curse of the Creepy Crypt, and The Frenzied Feline Mystery. Good lord, that was a lot of strange things to say. We've also got Animal Castle, now in its awesome hardcover version. This book is awesome. I've got a new epic collection for the Fantastic Four. This is volume 8. It contains issues 126 to 146 and a bunch of other stuff. Alien Revival. Issues 7 through 12 plus the annual contain that story. Step by Bloody Step. This was really cool. We reviewed this one. Virtually no words in the whole book. Pretty wild. Rogue Sun, volume 1. Which ties into Radiant Black, right? Rogue Sun?
I haven't read it. So
Nobody knows. Doctor Strange, Epic Collection, Volume 10. This is Sorcerer Supreme stuff. But there is some Doctor Strange and some Doctor Doom in here, which is always good. We've got Dragon Age, Wraths of Tevinter. Tevinter? I don't know. It's a big old hardcover, though. It looks awesome on the back here. Seems good. I just love that art, man. You just can't beat that art. That art's so good. It's super good art. We got King Conan. We reviewed this a little bit. This had a little controversy in it, but super good story. We got Silver Surfer Rebirth. This is another one we talked about. This was very bizarre, at least at the beginning. If you want something a little different, definitely check that out. Eternals is up to volume 2. This run's been pretty beloved. People really digging this run of Eternals. Devil's Reign, I talked about a bunch as well. Very good thing to read if you're going to get into the new Daredevil series. This will help make that early stuff make sense. I Am Batman, Volume 1 hardcover. We didn't talk about this one too much, but, you know, that's just because there's 7,000 Batman titles every week. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. This has come out in the past as a Treasury edition. Now it is regular sized. We have Regarding the Matter of Oswald's Body. Where is Oswald's body? Where? I assume Lee Harvey Oswald. Star Wars, Crimson Reign. Continuing this story, man. This is issues 1 through 5. So much Star Wars, but you know what? I like it. I like it's kind of like jumping from big thing to big thing. I feel like that's how Star Wars is, if you think about it, with the movies. Maybe not the shows. The shows take a minute. I've got more giant DC supervillainy things. We got Poison Ivy in origin story, Harley Quinn in origin story, and Cheetah in origin story. I guess they're origin stories. And last but not least, I've got the previews. I've just got the main big one. And what?
Stop.
We are stopping on Rangers of the Divide 2, Into the Depths. Well, that's fun. I wonder what happened in Rangers of the Divide 1. I'm sure it's fantastic. Megan Huang. Check it out. Let me know if it's good. All right, first up for me, we've got Pentagram of Horror, issue number 3. I loved all of these so far. This one is no different. Not a lot of words in here. This one kind of gets right to the point. It's a man interfacing with a computer, and it's very creepy. And this is not how you want the worlds of computers to go. Basically, it is an Adam and Eve style story where he is tempted inside the computer to eat forbidden fruit. I don't need to give you much more than that. The art is what's going to carry this one. This one is gross and awesome, just like the other ones. So if you have been sleeping on this book, you're dumb. You should read it. It's great.
First up, we have Tales of the Human Target, issue number 1. This is an interesting one. It's basically a prequel to the Human Target series, which starts up again very, very soon. It's been on hiatus. It's interesting because it does somewhat tie into the original story, as you're kind of dealing with each of the Justice League United Westwood.
The West Coast United Justice League Avengers.
Basically, those guys. Not the regular
From
Avengers. Dealing with a plot that they're hatching, and their use of Christopher Chance and trying to figure out who they are, and each of them discussing how they've kind of dealt with him in a storyline. The art is really interesting because you do get that Greg Smallwood work at the beginning and the end as you're dealing with the current Human Target story, and then different artists as each person's interpretation of what happened happens. So it's a really kind of fun book. It's very wordy. There's a lot in here. It's a very dense book, but it's a pretty good read, and it does lead into Human Target issue number 7. So if you're already up to date, and even if you're not, this is a pretty good read. And if you're not interested in the Human Target, this might get you. This might get you there. So check it out.
Next up, we got Star Wars Hyperspace Stories number 1. The Star Wars imprint stuff back at Dark Horse. This one focuses on some episode 2 kind of era. Padme and some other senators are trapped by Grievous, and Anakin and Obi-Wan are going to find them. There is a young Wookiee in this as well, and a Wookiee senator, which is kind of fun. Because everybody gets taken prisoner, and the little girl is trying to help them, but Obi-Wan isn't very good at his Wookiee. So just trying to figure out what happened to everybody, and calming Anakin down long enough to actually find Padme. Good story, really good start to the series. We'll see where it goes. I don't know if each one's going to be a one-shot, or if they're going to loosely tie together. This one feels like it largely kind of wraps up, but not to say that they couldn't just keep going with it. But if it wrapped up there and they're just kind of focusing on these little things that maybe tie together loosely, I'd be okay with it. I enjoyed the book a bunch. So if you love Star Wars, you're in, right? If you don't, if you're like, whatever, I don't know if I like that era of Star Wars, it's a good story. So give it a shot.
And my pick of the week, it is Wind, the Throne in the Sky. I didn't know coming into this that this was already a story, but the first couple pages do a lot to catch you up on what's going on. And it tells a very good story of Wind and his group of people trying to get out of the capital as things have gone to hell, and you're starting to see the factions draw up on each side on what they're going to be doing. So this does a lot to set up what is going to be going on through this book, as well as giving you a really good idea of all the characters involved that you might already know, and if you don't, giving you a general idea of who they are. So in that respect, it does a really good job of setting the story for somebody who has read the books and somebody who hasn't read the books, like me. It was a really good story. I liked it. The art was really, really nice, and it definitely makes me want to check out the rest of the series. So if you like some fantasy, if you like some really interesting story building and some world building and story building and everything like that, this is definitely a book to check out, and I want to read more, so check it.
All right, and finally from me, my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
Not a clue.
It's Damage Control, issue number 1. I laughed quite a bit at this while reading it. It's written by Adam Goldberg. Yes, that Goldberg from The Goldbergs, which is a very funny show on ABC, ? This is a really good story. If you're not familiar with Damage Control in the past, they're basically the people who come and clean up after the superheroes break everything in the city and put the buildings back together. We follow a young intern who is hired on his first day, and he is working the mailroom. And essentially what it is the heroes have a more hands-on role in this story, and they are involved to help them complete their task. It's just so bizarre. He encounters all kinds of strange characters. One of his first missions involves delivering an ice cream cake, and of course he gets on the elevator with Ghost Rider, who will not turn his head down. So it melts a little bit. There is a lot of really silly jokes in here, but I really appreciate it, and some of the deep pulls, and there is a Coffee Moon Knight joke right in the beginning, so I was sold. different kind of damage control from what you remember, and I say a better one. It's just funny. I had a blast reading it. I definitely will read the rest, so check it out. And that's it. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out again. Make sure you check out Paul on Campfire Ashes and he and I's other channel, Paul and Tim Do a Thing. That's about it. Paul, anything you want to say? Take us home?
Happy birthday, Tim!
Damn it. Yeah, I walked into that one.
You should have known.
Anything you really want to say, Paul?
I want to say I wish you a very heartfelt birthday.
Well, I guess he's plugging my birthday. I am old. And broken. I'm both. It's kind of fun. But yeah, check us out on our other stuff, and see you next week.